Mr. Good, you're recognized for 5 minutes to explain your amendment.
Thank you, Madam Chair. My amendment would simply clarify that the Biden administration and executive agencies cannot target parents for wanting to have a say in their child's education. It is truly unfortunate and just unimaginable just a couple of years ago that we would need an amendment such as this. But that was before the Biden-Garland regime. Back in 2021, unprecedented numbers of parents across Virginia, my home state, and across the country began rightfully standing up against radical policies flowing from the left and from the Biden administration, and frankly, in my home state in Virginia, from the Northam administration. Instead of listening to these concerned parents, most of whom were frustrated by the ongoing indoctrination and heavy hand of government coming down on their children, things like mask mandates, vaccine mandates, school closings, remote learning, CRT or other racist ideology, anti-American curriculum, inappropriately explicit materials, sexualization of children, transgender policies, and a general failure to focus on academic excellence. So the National School Board Association instead called on the Department of Justice to treat these outraged parents as, quote, domestic terrorists, unquote. Attorney General Merrick Garland responded by issuing a memorandum targeting these parents. AG Garland called the parents who are speaking up for their children a disturbing trend. And I was glad to see this Republican majority recently vote to establish a committee on the weaponization of government. This should not be necessary in these United States, but unfortunately it is, because the federal government continues to increasingly encroach upon the personal lives of American citizens. From devaluing innocent human life to censoring conservatives on social media and now targeting parents as so-called domestic terrorists, the Biden administration has launched an all-out assault on the American citizen. In Virginia, we even had a former governor and then gubernatorial candidate explicitly state, "I don't think parents should be telling schools what they should teach." This shocking statement, for which he doubled down on, was simply admitting, accidentally I guess, what the left really believes: the state should have more control than parents in a child's life. The only disturbing trend here, to use Merrick Garland's words, is the ongoing efforts by the current administration to put our children at risk and silence the parents. My amendment fights against the Biden administration's attempts to push parents out of the way, and I urge my colleagues to support my amendment, and I yield back.